As the world holds its breath, a high-stakes diplomatic dance unfolds in Moscow, where the fate of Ukraine hangs in the balance. Just days before President Donald Trump's looming deadline for Russia to agree to a ceasefire or face severe sanctions, White House Special Envoy Steve Witkoff sat down with Russian President Vladimir Putin. But here's where it gets controversial. Despite the urgency, tangible progress toward peace remains elusive. According to a senior administration official, the meeting was productive, yet secondary sanctions against Moscow are still on the table for Friday. And this is the part most people miss. Even without a breakthrough, talks are expected to continue right up to the wire, with both sides seemingly committed to keeping the dialogue alive. President Trump took to social media to declare the meeting highly productive, adding, "Great progress was made," a statement that raises eyebrows given the lack of concrete results. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, after speaking with Witkoff, cautiously noted, "Maybe positive, maybe not," leaving room for skepticism. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy, meanwhile, echoed a sentiment shared by many. The war must end, and it must be done honestly. But how? Russia's relentless drone and missile strikes on Ukraine, a record-breaking 6,443 in July alone, cast a long shadow over any potential ceasefire. Trump's ultimatum, initially 50 days but later shortened to 10, includes threats of secondary sanctions targeting Russia's fossil fuel export customers, notably India and China. On Wednesday, Trump made good on his word, slapping India with a 25% tariff on Russian oil purchases, bringing the total to 50%. Yet, as Kirill Dmitriev, head of the Russian Direct Investment Fund, greeted Witkoff at Moscow's Vnukovo airport, and the two strolled through Zaryadye Park before heading to the Kremlin, the question lingers: can diplomacy truly prevail over aggression? Yuri Ushakov, Putin's top aide, described the meeting as very useful and constructive, focusing on the Ukrainian crisis and potential strategic cooperation between the U.S. and Russia. But what signals were exchanged? Ushakov hinted at some signals transmitted on Ukraine, but the details remain shrouded in secrecy. This brings us to the heart of the controversy. Is Trump's approach, a mix of diplomacy and economic pressure, enough to stop Russia's full-scale invasion, which began in February 2022? Or is it merely a Band-Aid on a gaping wound? As Witkoff returns to Washington, the world watches and waits. Will Friday bring sanctions or a ceasefire? And more importantly, can a lasting peace be achieved without addressing the root causes of the conflict? What do you think? Is Trump's strategy the right approach? Or is it time for a bolder, more decisive move? Let us know in the comments. This is a conversation that demands your voice.